What has been your experience with Google Instant so far?
Yeah, so I actually I mentioned on last week's episode about how they were just making this announcement. I needed a little bit of time to go through and look to see if, what do we need to do differently, what's changed in the landscape here. The overall thing that I'm coming away with is that the rankings remain the same. There's kind of this question around the launch is how does this affect search optimization, and do we need to do search marketing any differently? And so this was actually posed to one of the Google executives, and they said the rankings will remain the same. Nothing changes in the algorithm. It's not really the same as personalized search suggestions that Google introduced a while back, where if you're logged in, they'll sort of move the rankings based on what they think you'll like. All this does, Google Instant just gives some real-time updates to the search results, what you see, and there's also a bit of predictive search. So if you type in hotel, maybe there may be a few more keywords on the search bar there, so you can sort of do more specific searches. And so that's really the only things that have changed. It's more of an evolutionary change than a revolutionary one. The game hasn't really changed here. It's just these two things. So thinking search marketing obviously involves two different areas. There's the natural search optimization, the organic free listings, then there's paid search. So for search optimization, I think a couple people have been talking about how the stakes have been raised now in search marketing. They think the real estate available or the number of listings that you see have actually shrunk a bit. And so if you're the number 4 result on a search results page, that's maybe only 20% of the people have searches will see this. I'm not really sure if that's true because in my experience, I still see the full list, but on some of the searches, I'm only seeing a couple before they have like local listings or something like that. So I know Google is experimenting with that. I guess it remains to be seen what the final result will be.
Early stage.
Exactly. So I think right now just focus on some of these long tail phrases, the 3 to 8 word keyword phrases that people are using. They're much more specific. Make sure that you know what you stand for. So if you're a London design boutique hotel that has free wireless or something, put in a keyword that really defines your niche and your brand. And then focus for that instead of just London hotel. You want to be very specific. And then on the paid search side of things, the number of ad impressions are jumping dramatically in what I've seen over the last few days because Google counts an impression if you've been there 3 seconds or more. A lot of times when people are still typing out their search query, the ads will refresh and then show there, and then you'll get counted as an impression. That just means that the search click-through rates will be much lower maybe than before, but that's not really a big deal. The significant thing that I noticed is prices have actually jumped quite a bit in search advertising. So people are paying, maybe even twice as much as they were before. So it comes back to the whole thing.
Is that just in travel keywords?
No, this is across the board in multiple industries. And actually, I would think especially in other industries, a little bit in hotel and travel, but I think this trend could be coming. So I think the big takeaway is just always be watching your search marketing campaigns. You can't just set it up once and then walk away from it. You need to be always going in there, adjusting things based on how the market is moving. So that's something I think many of us have been saying all along, but it just sort of reinforces the importance of that.
So what is the cost per click on a keyword such as Hotel New York, for instance?
For Hotel New York, it's probably $3 to $5 to be on the first page. I'm not sure. That's sort of a slightly educated guess. But it's obviously the more generic the keyword is, the more you're going to pay for it. If you can put together a long keyword, exactly. So focus on those really specific phrases, and you'll win both in natural search and in paid search.